right, guys, welcome back to another video. We have some pretty massive news that hit late Sunday night. And if you watched my morning news video today, this wasn't in there because they put this out like they always do, this big news at the end of the night after I've already filmed my video. But this is awesome news, and I really wanted to touch on it because it's exciting. It's about Halo, the future of Halo, switching over their development engine, having a new name for the studio, just lots of things to look forward to here if you are a Halo fan and you want to see what's coming forward with the franchise. So first of all, one of the biggest things you'll see right off of the bat is there is a brand new name here for the studio. It is no longer 343 Industries. It is now called Halo Studios. They put out about a 6-minute video as well as this Xbox Wire article where they just go into more depth as to everything that's happening right now with the studios itself. This was shown on Sunday night because of the Halo Championship, the World Championships that were happening after the final match or ahead of the final match. They put out this article basically talking about where Halo is going. If you're somebody who loves the franchise, which I'm sure a lot of people watching this video do, what is the future? One of the things with Halo Infinite is that it was obviously there was issues with development, content. It took long to get content out. That was what really plagued the game from the very start. And it's unfortunate because Halo Infinite, in my opinion, and I've said this multiple times on this channel, is that to me, it's the best feeling Halo that we have gotten. It plays very, very good. And right now, I mean, the game is content rich. There's so much to do in it, and it is a lot of fun. But obviously at launch with games as a service games, with online multiplayer games, with so many out there, people have their go-to games, and to pull them away from that, you have to have consistent content to, I guess, keep that addiction going onto that game rather than them going back to a different game. And that's where Halo and 343 absolutely failed. And we saw major changes happen because of this, because it did not launch the way that people had expected it to. Pierre Heinz came in. He is now the studio head, and with him being the studio head, making tons of changes. And it's very exciting. And there's lots of things that I think to look forward to here. First of all, like I said, Halo Studios is the new name, and there are multiple Halo games in development being developed here on Unreal Engine 5. They are moving away from Slipspace Engine and they are moving to Unreal Engine 5. It says here in the article, what is clear is that yes, it's Halo games, plural, in development right now, where Halo Infinite saw practically the entire studio focus on a single evolving project. Halo Studios has recalibrated. And one of the major reasons why they can recalibrate, they talk about this here in the news article, is just because of the fact that they needed an entire team of people to upkeep Slipspace Engine. And that was a lot of resources. It took a lot of time to get content out because you had to dedicate resources just to upkeep that engine. With Unreal Engine 5, that isn't the case. It's an engine used across the entire industry. So people coming in already know how to use it. You don't need to train them on Slipspace. They're going to be able to pull from people who have already worked on games on Unreal Engine 5. So it just makes the whole recruitment process a lot easier. And you can just put overall way more resources to developing the games themselves. So that is one of the big advantages here to moving over to Unreal Engine 5, which for us, the gamers, what we care about is going to be more Halo content in a shorter period of time. I think it's a very smart move, and I think something they have to do at this point when it comes to Halo. They have to get those spin-offs. I mean, we've seen spin-offs throughout the entire lifespan of Halo, and they moved away from it here over the last little while. You have things like Halo ODST, Halo Reach, Halo Wars. Like, they need to bring those styles of games back, but now they can go into different realms, I think, especially with the rumors of potentially Battle Royale. It'd be really cool to see a horror game with the Horde, like that type of stuff. I think they absolutely need to focus on and have content ready with new Halo experiences in between the major releases. So after Halo Infinite, you'll have a major release. In between that major release and the next one, you'll have all of these little Halo games coming out that fill out Game Pass and fill out the Xbox release schedule. So I think Unreal Engine 5 will be able to utilize them, or utilize that ability of having an engine that is easier to use to be able to do that. So that's pretty cool. Pierre Heinz does talk about this. He says, we had a disproportionate focus on trying to create the conditions to be successful in servicing Halo Infinite. And he goes on here to say, but switching to Unreal allows us to pull all that focus on making multiple experiences at the highest quality possible. Again, that is going to be a big win here for Halo Studios, which is now the new name. You also have the COO is talking here saying, at the end of the day, if we build the games that our players want to play, that's how we'll be successful. That's what should motivate what we build. That's also what this structure has done. We want the people that are day in, day out making the games to be ones to make the decisions on the games. And of course, again, you're going to be able to recruit across the entire industry of developers who have already used Unreal Engine 5. Now, some other things they do talk about and show off here, which is very exciting, are just like these pictures, these zoomed in pictures of how detailed the models are going to be with Halo and using Unreal Engine 5. You see here with the Covenant, and you have an Elite, and you have Master Chief battling. It looks phenomenal. You see a zoom in of the pistol here, just very, very high details. This is all part of their Project Foundry, they called it, which was basically seeing what they're able to do in Unreal Engine 5. They specifically say it's not a new game. It's not a tech demo. It's them seeing just how good Unreal Engine 5 would be for the Halo franchise. And you're seeing some of the results here. Like you have this whole flood ridden parts, which just looks absolutely phenomenal. Something that I was really hoping with the Halo Infinite campaign that we would get more biomes. That was one of the major things that they did not deliver on when it comes to the Halo Infinite campaign, was giving DLC and being able to expand out that map, but two, expanding that map out to different types of biomes like winter, like the flood, just different regions that isn't a replica of Seattle and Oregon and that area of the world. That's basically what they were basing it off of, but it all very much looked similar. And they mentioned that in the video. They show the different snow, the different ice and everything, and the different biomes that Unreal Engine 5 is going to allow them to do, which, if you're like me, I love the Halo multiplayer, but as I get older, I really focus a lot on more so the campaign side of things. I mean, the campaign has always been my favorite, but I focus on it even more so than the multiplayer these days, just because it's what I want. I want more of that single player Halo experience. I want more story. I want more gameplay from it. And they really disappointed me when they said they weren't building any more single player experience after the original campaign came out. And now you kind of know why. It was just very hard to be able to upkeep Slipspace Engine, develop the game, develop the online content as well, and put it all out in a timely fashion. And now Unreal Engine 5, I think, is going to be able to free up a lot of resources to allow them to do that, which would mean we can get Halo single player experiences here with different regions, different areas, different biomes, and maybe another open world game, kind of like Halo Infinite, where it can expand out and you're going to go to a snow area, to a grassy area, and to a water area, and all of this type of stuff, which just has me extremely, extremely excited for the future of what we're going to see with the next mainline franchise. The other question you have to ask is, when is this game going to come out? When is the next mainline game going to come out? When are these smaller projects going to come out? Is it this generation, or are they setting Halo up to be just that major hitter here for the launch of the next console? Something they tried to do with the Series X, but of course with the delay, they missed it by a year. So to break it all down, at the end of the day, 343 is now Halo Studios. They're moving over to Unreal Engine 5, and there's multiple Halo games in the works. So we can expect mainline franchise game, and then we can also expect spin-offs. And I would highly recommend going through the article and watching the video if you love Halo and you're interested in what the future is. But it looks pretty bright, and I just can't wait to see what they have next. Hopefully at the Xbox showcase in 2025 in June, they do give us some more information on Halo. And this is the first big announcement we've gotten for the franchise pretty much since Halo Infinite. And by that, I mean information as to what the future of this franchise is. I think a lot of people were down on it, even though Halo Infinite right now is a very good game. But all in the video there, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.